Now it's recording.
All right, welcome everybody. We'll get started here to try to value your time as much as humanly possible. Thank you guys so much for coming. This meeting makes me feel a lot better because I get to get as much information out to you guys and answer as many questions as humanly possible. I know there'll be some. Feel free to raise your hand and have me clarify anything. At any time, make sure you leave here knowing the answers. If you don't know something, please come see me afterwards. That's the whole intent of this, is to kind of understand what's going on. I know some of you in this meeting have heard it 3 or 4 times. I don't have a script or anything, so it'll be somewhat different every year at least. I'll have stuff up on the screen that kind of matches up with the stuff you have, but when you go home tonight, you have those 6 sheets of paper. I'll kind of reference each of them. But for the most part, everything that I talk about, you'll be able to at least be able to reference when you get home, or remember, oh yeah, this is what that guy said that night. So after his second hour of talking, get you out of here as quickly as possible. But I do appreciate it. I know you guys are busy, so thank you for coming out. If you haven't had a chance to just scan and check in, just helps us actually unplug here so we can get the information to them. So if you have not, take a second to do it. Otherwise, Mr. Richard will scoot down or scoot to the next page and we'll get started. Real quickly, Mr. Coach Blake, can you just wave? This is Kobe Blake. I just want to say thank you as he walks out. He helped set everything up tonight. He's our brand new, he'll be working at the JV level, our brand new coach. We lost Coach Spratty last year. He's not returning, and Mr. Blake is replacing him. We also had to replace Mr. Richard. This is a new social studies hire that we got, so we'll introduce him when the time is right. Just the mission, the Los Angeles football program strives to assist every player in fulfilling their potential in the classroom, weight room, and on the field. You guys can read through skill and character development. We're driven to not only win games, but prepared to be the best citizens, family members, and people we can be. Right? We just want this to be a positive experience for everyone. This is the long and the short of that. We want kids to have fun, and we want them to have a work ethic that'll carry them through life. That's really our 2 goals. You guys work on that same stuff with them all the time. Obviously, we get them, and we just try to reinforce that, make sure they're making good decisions, help them make good decisions, hold them accountable to make good decisions, because they're representing something bigger than themselves when they're part of the Los Angeles football program. So I think, like I said, the fun thing is always important to us. Like, we want them to come to practice, enjoy being at practice, enjoy our coaching staff. They're going to get yelled at, they're going to get chewed up, they're going to be coached. But hopefully every day it's enough fun for them that they want to come back the next day. That's kind of our goal. When they're done as freshmen, they say, hey, I had a really good time, I want to play as a sophomore. When they're done as a senior, they look back and say, that was fun. It was a good time in my life because that's what it's supposed to be. All right, so that will always be our mission as long as I'm around. These are kind of our values: sacrifice, passion, toughness, fun, hard work, accountability. Our leadership group, our leadership council has been working the last 4 weeks to kind of develop a new set of standards for our program, and we'll be excited to unveil those when the work is done. We'll be back in tomorrow morning at 7 o'clock to finish those up. So we'll kind of update our values here in a second. So go ahead and flip to the next page, Mr. Richard. Our captains for 2024, just so we like parents of young people, as you embark on your time in the Los Angeles football program, we want to throw these names out there. One of the reasons they're captains is because they're good human beings. We have a whole bunch of them, not just these guys. But we want to be able to say, hey, if you have questions, if you don't know how to act, if you don't know how to do things, watch these guys. Right? Watch our seniors. Not many guys get to their senior year and not be able to do things the right way, or do things the way we want to do them, or handle themselves, or carry themselves in the hallway. These guys are a pretty good representation of who we want to be. You can't read it. DeAndre Borns, Jack Kostrowski, Bennett Madsen, and Will McCorson are our captains for 2024. They go through an application process. They're referred by. They have to get. They fill out a big form, answering how they, why it's important to them, and all that kind of stuff. And then they have to get a teacher in the building to kind of sign off on that. I call it the science department check. Would the science department know or believe that you're a captain, or are you a jerk in the classroom? And they're like, how in the world can you be a captain? So these are the 4 guys that were chosen. Just like those names out there, again, the kids will have a lot of interactions with them, our younger guys, so hopefully they will help out whenever they can. Go ahead and flip to the next one. All right, so here we get into the meat of things. You guys are all here tonight because we emailed you, I believe, all right? Jamie Alberti keeps our Gridiron Club email list up to date. When you guys signed into that QR code, it made sure to ask you if you get those emails. So if you don't, we'll certainly get you updated. If somebody had to tell you about this, if there's an additional email address you want up there, you can feel free to put that in there. We just want, that's like if we have a game change situation or a time change or a practice change or whatever, I go to Jamie. Jamie has that list updated all the time. She's awesome about it, and among a bunch of other things. But she'll send that out. So that Warrior Gridiron Club, make sure that that thing, when you see an email from that, we try to, as we get into tonight, you'll see that this is a pretty big operation that we run, and a lot of communication has to be had throughout the season and the off season. So please don't push that down to the bottom. Take a look at them. I know sometimes they come fast and furious, but when we send them out, we feel like it's really important information to get, at least important for us to get out to you guys. How you take it is up to you, but it makes us feel better to get the information that we need. Whether it's getting volunteers or, like I said, schedule changes and stuff, all that comes through her. Huddle is our video system that we use on the sideline. We use to record our games, and then we have like sideline replay through it and all this stuff. It is the way that I communicate with kids, mass messages to the kids. So if I want to skip you guys and just communicate with the kids, the reason I point this out to you guys is your son and daughters, I have some managers as well, should have Huddle downloaded on their phone, and they should have notifications on. If they don't have it, notifications go to their email or whatever they check. If they are still unable, if they don't have a phone and you guys don't let them download apps or whatever, hopefully then that email catches them as well and you guys kind of pass the information on to them. But they should download the Huddle app, H-U-D-L, and we will do this when we meet on our first contact day is on the 10th. I want to say that correct, right? We're on the 10th, Monday the 10th. At that point, we'll have everybody pull out their phones and download that and make sure they're registered and logged in. But just those notifications, I send messages out at least weekly, so if you never, I'm sure you don't see everything that comes on their phones all the time, but if you never see them on Huddle or checking Huddle, just follow up with that for me because that's good. That's really good information that they have. Sports U is a new. I know you guys have Sports Engine and this and that, and I can't even think of all the ones that you guys have used all coming up. Sports U is what the Wausau West Athletic Department is using as a whole and asking us to use kind of as a blanket form to communicate with all of our teams. Okay, you will be getting information from Brittany Tesh. I think she'll send it out through Infinite Campus Messenger or however she communicates with everybody. It'll ask you to sign. Some of you spring sports parents are probably familiar with Sports U already. It's a way, what we're going to use it for is mainly if there's information coming from the athletic director's office or Mrs. Tesh that has to get to you guys, Sports U will get it. If it's really important, we're going to still use our email and our Huddle. Okay, I'm just not doing it. We've worked really, really hard so far on getting everybody on that email, getting everybody to check it, getting it to be a part. I feel like adding Sports U now, it just muddies the waters. And now where do I find that information? Where do I find this information? So that email from Wausau West Gridiron will be the main source. She'll explain the whys when she sends out that information for Sports U. Does that make sense? I don't want to, again, try not to muddy the water, and then Huddle is the way I communicate with the kids. Right, Mr. Richard? Thank you, sir. All right, so this is a big part of this. Really two huge pieces to this, especially for new people, is the registration process and the fees, and then the summer stuff, like where I have to be and when. Where do I have to have my kid and when? So go ahead and flip to the next one. Apparently that was fun. Okay, first thing that they should be registered for this summer is Warrior Power. Okay, our Warrior Power program is our summer lifting program. It's our speed and development program. It's the key to success for any sports team. Okay, and if anybody tells you, I'm not saying Warrior Power itself, but what we do is the best thing in the world, but it's pretty darn good, and we work on it all the time to make it better. But lifting itself is the most important thing. We in our football program believe that our kids should live together here at Wausau West High School. All right. Our 11th and 12th graders will come in at 6:30 in the morning. So I'm all speaking for next year's classes now. So when I start talking about freshmen, parents are gonna, we're talking about the 8th graders. You guys know what I'm saying. So 11th and 12th graders, 6:30 to 8. 9th and 10th graders, 7:30 to 9. I know they're early, I know it's tough, I know transportation is hard, especially for, hopefully there's carpools out there, whatever way you can make it happen. We've got between Warrior Power, which is about 8 weeks. So we start on June 3rd. There's a bit of confusion that you're going to hear about so Warrior Power is part of our summer school program. When you sign up, you'll see that. You're then going to see somewhere posted that summer school starts on the 10th. Okay? You're going to see, you can ignore that. You can send your kid on, did I say September? June? Did I say June? June 3rd. All right, June 3rd, we're going to start our Warrior Power program. The entire school is closed down. There's no water, so please send water bottles with them. We'll have outhouses out here for that week as the construction takes over our power or our water for that week. But we will be here in the weight room, which is now over there temporarily until it gets built and back over there in May. But we expect your kid to be here. Okay? We expect you guys to be here. We have 32 dates, Monday through Thursday, every week. We have 32 dates that we ask them to be here. I get it. Sounds like a lot. We believe that Warrior Power is good for hockey players, basketball players, wrestlers, everybody else. So it's not football asking you to say, hey, get your butt here 32 times for football. There's only one ticket to winning, all right? And that starts in there, okay? If, not everybody's going to be here, and I'm not trying to lecture you or say like terrible things about people that can't be here or whatever, but I'm telling you, if we have 100 kids in our program and everyone of them came 32 days, we'd be a lot better than if 70 of them came for, 14 days. You guys get my point, all right? That's an expectation of us. That's an expectation of the Wausau West Athletic programs that we're in. And if we want to have success, you get out of bed and you do it. And this message will be delivered, the kids know, and it'll be continued to deliver to them. That's really the only road to success. Everybody wants to win. I just want you to know that's where it starts. Right, so if you can prioritize that and help your kids get their butts out of bed or whatever it takes, that's the road to success right there. So if you have not registered, this is like QR code palooza tonight, by the way. I got a QR code for everything. So if you have not registered, go ahead and do that. Warrior Power costs nothing. A lot of people say, well, you sign up for session 1 and you sign up for session 2, okay? It runs up until our program runs up through the 4th of July, and then we take that week off, get out of here, go do your thing, and then we run 4 more weeks after that. You can sign up for it and then miss because you had vacation, or miss because you had this. Again, I recognize what I said about missing. But you don't have to, you don't have to say, well, I can't be there that 1 week, so I can't sign up for it. Sign up for it, work to get there as many days as humanly possible. Does that make sense to everybody? Am I making my point at least? Okay, awesome. And like I said, I didn't finish it, but there's a female session. Anybody that has daughters, they're welcome to come into that 11th, 12th, and 9th grade session with their peers as well. That female session is there to make them feel comfortable. And then the youngsters, 7th and 8th. If you are a family that has, an 8th grader and a 10th grader, and you don't want to come twice, send them at that other time. Right? Send them at the same time so that your entire day doesn't have to be wasted running around. These are guidelines to get our kids here and get that room. I mean, we have, there's usually about 140, 150 kids that run through that thing, so we have to have the different sessions. All right? All right, Mr. Richard. Okay, Central Wisconsin Football Camp. I've already got a bunch of questions on this. That's on your summer calendar. It's over at, I can't stay in the camera view. Not that anybody really wants to see me on the camera, but this is everybody. I get the question of camps all the time. Like, what camps should my kids go to? What camps can make them better? You guys can go. You can go anywhere. You can go anywhere you want. You can spend as much money as you want on camps. Every single state school university has a camp you can go to. The kids can. I have 6 billion flyers down in my office. They can all come to those. You guys can also go to the website and find it at every university. Those are all great. Those are tremendous. They cost a lot of money. This costs $60. This is held at Everest. It's coached by our staff, the Everest staff, the East staff. They might learn something from them, I don't know. The Mosen East staff, all the staff in Central Wisconsin come together to coach everybody's kids through skill work, development. We do 7-on-7, we do lineman challenges. Every position, everybody can be there. My goal would be to have every single kid in our football program at that camp. Right? That would be awesome. Is it going to happen? No, people are doing things. I get it. all right? I also get that kids do other sports and all that kind of stuff, all right? So I kind of give you my pie in the sky. If every single kid was at that, that would be fantastic, all right? I just want more kids there than Easton Everest would be really my dream, all right? It's a 3-day camp. Like I said, it's over at Everest, done by noon, out of there that day, all right? They can come to Warrior Power in the morning and they can carpool over there. We'll let them out, you know, they come at that 7:30 time, we'll leave at 8:30 that day and carpool over there. We'll make all that stuff work. You can get them over there, whatever the case. I think it's the best value for the money. It also, we raise money at that camp. Nobody keeps it, so whatever's not paid in like Gatorades and shirts, we donate back to the community. Last year, we gave it to the Heindel family, Claire and Ben, and what their son Emmett is going through. We donated the money to them. The year before, I think it went to the neighbor's place, maybe. I'm not part of that decision, I'm not important enough, but good cause. So all grades 9 through 12, that is, if you guys pull out the sheet with all the QR codes, that registration is on there. It should take you to dcefootball.com/camps, and then you choose the North Central or the Central Wisconsin football camp. Don't sign up for the Everest team camp that is right underneath it. They have their own camp, so unfortunately we got to kind of work with them on this one. It's actually organized and run by Paul Novinsky, who's used to be the head coach at Mosinee, Hall of Famer. He's the one that kind of puts this together and lets us use their facilities. So, all right, next.